Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. Hope everyone is doing good out there. Happy Monday to you guys. So we got ourselves a bit to talk about here today. Talking about a winter system that could cause a bit of problems here for Thanksgiving, and in terms of snowfall, stuff like that, could be some impacts, as well as a lot of cold air. For a lot of the country is going to be really feeling it. And we're going to watch out for maybe even a little bit of severe weather as well, but we'll get to that here in a minute. But let's go ahead and jump on into it, my friends. Hope everyone's doing good. I do got my headset on here today. That way I can hear everything good. But let's see who we got here today. We got Peachy, we have Scott, we got Marby, we have MP. Let's see here. Asin, we have Samuel, we have Sonia, Jeff, Kath, let's see here. Tom, Steven, Angelina, Binksy, and of course everybody else who is here just not chatting. Hope you guys are doing good. So, yeah, happy Monday, guys. So actually, currently, I want to take a quick little moment to show you guys kind of what's going on right now. This is a current look at the radar. Across the country, we have a little bit of storms starting to pop off here. Actually, we have this cold front that's rolling through. I made a video earlier today, and I was kind of explaining in that video how there's going to be kind of two waves of cold fronts rolling through. The first one's going to be happening tonight into tomorrow. And then the second push, we'll call it, will kind of be there for Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to get a lot of cold air coming down into the country here pretty soon. I do want everybody to be aware for that, or prepared for that, because it is going to get very, very cold. First of all, let's see here. I think there's a way I could do this. We could probably try to pull up the CPC outlooks here. There is a way I used to remember how you do it. Let's see. If not, I can just pull it up on my, here we go. Actually, I figured it out. Okay, cool. So this is our, look at this, y'all. This is our temperature outlook for 6 to 10 days. So this is for day 6 to day 10. So day 6 would be 6 days from now. Let's see, that would actually be the 1st of December. The 1st of December to the 4th of December is kind of what this area is. But look at that. So we're seeing a lot of blue in the east that is representing a lot of cooler air. We're getting ready to get a big shot of coldness rolling through the country here. The west is going to be ridging for the most part. We're going to be mostly in some warmer conditions overall. Honestly, it's going to be a bit more warmer towards the west here, but a lot cooler towards the central country and the eastern country overall. But look at this. Out there by the Ohio Valley, the mid-Atlantic, portions of, the southeast even. I mean, we're talking some pretty cold conditions to roll their way through here for basically the early portion of December. So we're going to have to look out there for that. But anyways, so yeah, taking a look at the radar. Like I said, right now we do got a little bit of storm activity rolling through here. We're currently watching, at the moment, nothing severe. Currently, regarding to the SPC and the the overall Storm Prediction Center outlook, there is no active alerts or active risks for severe weather as of now. We will see how that plays out. We're going to hop you guys over here to SPC right now to look at the overall outlook. So for today, we got nothing really going on. Just a big old area here where a couple thunderstorms are possible. So this is a non-severe risk. This is just a shot for a couple non-severe thunderstorms all the way down from Louisiana up towards actually Pennsylvania. So we could get ourselves a little bit of thunderstorm activity out there overall. What's up, James? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Thomas is supposed to drive from Charlotte to Cleveland. Is that Charlotte, North Carolina to Cleveland? That's a pretty long drive, man. Pretty long drive. In a few days, hope the weather holds up. I grew up in South Florida. Gotcha. Live in South Carolina, so not a lot of practice driving in snow. That is that's a good point. So there will be some snow rolling through. We still need to kind of figure out exactly how much, but the way the models have been kind of averaging here, it's not going to be an absurd amount for like the Ohio Valley. Some areas up in the Northeast could really pick up a good amount of snowfall. We'll get into models and stuff like that here in a minute and everything like that. But overall here, I mean, yeah, there could be some slippery roadways and stuff like that. Could be a problem for the Thanksgiving commute, which could be very impactful for people who's traveling. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. We'll continue to give you guys updates and everything like that overall. Let's see here. Yeah, so Charlotte, North Carolina, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, obviously, North Carolina, South Carolina, especially Florida, we really don't get too much snow in these regions here. So, yeah, it's snow is definitely not easy to drive in, that is for sure. Tomorrow's risk, we have no thunderstorms in the forecast. Across the country, not even generalized thunderstorms expected. Definitely no severe weather expected here tomorrow. So that's good. That'll be for Tuesday. Then working our way into Wednesday, we have a little bit of a risk for a couple thunderstorms once again, but nothing severe as of right now. SPC in the long range does not have any active days where we're expecting severe weather. So at least for now, per SPC, Storm Prediction Center, we're looking pretty good. No severe weather ahead of us. So that is good. However, I'm going to continue to watch for the Thanksgiving Day commute because there could be some storms. It doesn't look like there's going to be any really big severe weather concerns, especially tornadoes and stuff like that. I don't think we'll have tornado concern for Thanksgiving, but I do think we could have some storms. I'm kind of watching to see if some of those storms may have a little bit of a gusty wind threat to them. We'll continue to watch that here, but as of right now, once again, per SPC, we do not have any active threats currently, so that is definitely good news. What's up, Carissa? Hello, hope you're doing good. Welcome. Marby says New York, question mark. What about New York? I'm assuming you mean like New York State? What's going on in New York State? So we'll get to that here. Let's go ahead and bring up our models here for you guys. So at this point in time, we are starting to get that mid-range model support, like NAM 12 kilometer. We have a pretty good little run here of what we can expect here. So this is the latest run here from the NAM 12 kilometer. Actually, we're gonna roll the whole East Coast view here for you guys. That way we can kind of see the big picture of everything. Let's see here, timing wise, you guys cannot see that. My thing's in the way here. Let's go ahead and we'll move this over here. I kind of threw all this together. There we go. You guys can see the time in the top right there. Anyways. So things are going to, once again, take this with a grain of salt, first of all. I mean, this is one model. This is one model run. Don't take this thing precisely, but just get an idea based off of what it's presenting here, as it is a, possible outcome overall. According to NAM here, we could start to get some snow here right around the late portion of the 27th. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to have this low-pressure system working its way down here towards the central southern plains, which will start to kick off here for the 27th overall. And then for the later portion of the 27th, we will be starting to get a bit of precipitation out there, a bit of rain, a bit of snow possibly out there near the Midwest and the Ohio Valley here for the later portion of the 27th overall. Then we continue to work our way into the morning of Thanksgiving, the 28th here. We can actually see, according to NAM here, we could have a decent amount of snow falling around this time for the early portion of the 28th out there by like central Indiana, possibly out there by like central Ohio, portions of Pennsylvania, New York State at that time. This is pretty early. This is before sunrise, according to the NAM here overall. Then we continue to work our way down in time until we reach right around noon for Thanksgiving. And right around noon, the snow should be out there by like northern Pennsylvania. Should be out of Ohio by that time. But once again, don't take this too seriously. This is just one model run. So, we can't fully 100% commit to this, as it is, still not 100% certain overall. But whenever it comes to it, though, as we approach our way into the evening here of Thanksgiving, it will be snowing up there towards, like northern Pennsylvania, kind of pulling out of the region there, coming down pretty good in New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, out there by Maine, some of those New England states out there. Now, one thing I do want to mention here is that in the north, up in the northeast here, coastal areas, including like New York City and whatnot, like Boston, Massachusetts, you guys are probably just going to see a bit of rain. The reason is because the oceans, they keep the coastal areas relatively warm, because the ocean water is relatively warm, and it keeps the coasts relatively warm as well. So that's why it's really the only interior portions here of New England that probably could see some of that snowfall overall. So the coastal areas, I would not root on seeing snow. I would root on seeing more of just rainfall, as that does seem to be more probable. Now, hopping over here to the temperatures. Same model, just temperatures here. Honestly, the temperatures are going to be a little bit warm. We're going to be slightly above freezing. So that could really limit how much snowfall actually sticks overall. It's probably not going to want to stick too well to the roads, but it might want to stick pretty good to grass. Typically, if you're above freezing, especially with it being still early season, I mean, we're not even in winter yet. There's, we still got to cool down the ground there. The ground and the roads still need to be cooled down a bit. But overall, I mean, it's it's going to be slightly above, slightly above freezing there at that point. So we'll have to see. I mean, you can't let your guard down here when traveling or whatnot. We'll have to see, because, there could be some patches of, freezing, slightly below freezing temps for one, but also like back roads and stuff like that. Some of the roads to have like, shade and stuff like that can actually cool off quicker, especially bridges. Actually, that's a really good point to make, is bridges. They get flow over and under. So that allows for the road to cool down much, much quicker than it would for, just a normal road on the ground. Bridges cool down the first. They're the first ones to cool down. So even if there is, say 32, right around freezing point or so, I mean, you still got to watch out for that, especially when crossing bridges and stuff like that, as that could be, pretty hazardous, just like I said, just kind of wanted to mention that there is, that's actually a pretty good point to make, that they're, respite not necessarily likely being, widespread, heavy travel disruptions, but, when crossing bridges and stuff like that, it could be something to look out there for overall. Let's see here. What's it looking like for Detroit for Thanksgiving? Gotcha. Good question. So my folks up there in Detroit, Michigan, honestly, it's kind of a hit or miss thing here. According to the NAM, not a whole lot really happens out there by like southern Michigan. I mean, maybe a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow mixture. We'll see. Let's hop to a different model. Let's go to the long range again. We're gonna go CMC here. CMC maybe shows a little bit of snowfall. Nothing really too crazy. GFS here, keeping it relatively to your south. Yeah, honestly, I don't see any really heavy impacts for that area. It looks like the way models are going, it looks like it's probably going to be more to the south of you with that winter precipitation and just the general precipitation in general. So, that's that. So I wouldn't expect too much out there. Let's see here. Kimber says, thanking hot chocolate and some homemade nougat candies. Nice. Sounds pretty good. Actually, you know what? I had some hot chocolate earlier today as well. It was actually really, really good. It was first time of the year. First time of the year. Let's see here. What's up, MD? Hope you're doing good. Saying hi, Andrew. Hope you're having a good day. You too. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Could Georgia get tornadoes on Thanksgiving? I don't think there's going to be any tornado threat for Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. If I hop you guys back over here real quickly, and we switch to a different website, I will show you guys possibly what we could be in store for. Here, let's hop on back over here. So this is the... let's see here. Let's try to match that up good. Do I not have a... Okay. Well, you guys can't see the top part, unfortunately. Anyways. Actually, I think I know what's wrong here. Let me try zoom. Ooh, I don't know what's going on here. I messed something up earlier. Anyways, so first of all, right now, like we mentioned, there's actually a bit of storms going on currently. Hopping back to radar really quick. You can see currently we do have ourselves a bit of storms out there by like Mississippi, areas out there by like, Tennessee, going into Alabama and stuff. These are not really severe. Hopping back over here to the NAM, the model here, you can see that there is that instability in the atmosphere, which could allow for some storms. Not necessarily expecting any severe weather, like I said today. We do got a generalized thunderstorm threat overall. But then we work our way into Thanksgiving, and you can actually see atmosphere opens up again with a little bit of instability. Could allow for some thunderstorms on Thanksgiving. As you can see, this is for... Actually, never mind, you can't see that. But this is for the later portion, kind of afternoon, evening of the Thanksgiving day for the 28th, which, there could be enough instability, enough fuel in the atmosphere to allow for maybe a bit of storm activity. So that is a possibility overall. Then, of course, we do have our lower level winds, not necessarily anything significant. It's mostly just... just straight zonal flow. Basically, all zonal flows from the jet stream being flat. But what I'm essentially saying here is that the winds are kind of pushing in the same direction here overall. So that'll, kind of keep it relatively tame. I don't think we're going to have much of a tornado concern with this type of setup here. But look at that. Our mid-level jet stream, though, is going to be pretty darn strong at this point in time. I mean, this is for the later portion of Thanksgiving. That mid-level jet here is going to be ripping. So that could keep those storms relatively organized, potentially long-lived. We'll have to see. With a good amount of wind shear in the mid-atmosphere, it can allow for longer storms and stuff like that. But there's other factors as well, like instability and everything like that. If you don't have any instability, you're not going to get any storms. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Thanksgiving, I think we could have some storms in the south. We'll continue to monitor for any severe weather. I'm going to grab a sounding. Let's just grab one a little bit north of like Gulfport. Not necessarily at Gulfport, but a little bit to the north here. We're gonna full screen this as well. That way you guys can kind of see the full sounding here. You could actually see what I was talking about is, from the lower atmosphere to the upper atmosphere. I mean, the winds are relatively flowing in the same direction. This is the atmosphere on a vertical representation. At this time, you can see the winds are just flowing in the same direction. And there is instability. We could have some relatively high top thunderstorms, possibly right around 12 kilometers tall. Potential hazard type, you shouldn't go off of this alone, but it does suggest a severe potential. Actually something I want to mention here is, good amount of instability for one, but also, decape 7-ish, 720-ish could allow for some, more marginalized damaging wind gusts and stuff like that with your downdraft energy. It seems quite possible that we might actually be able to have a couple of strong wind gusts out of the storm overall. Good amount of moisture as well. I mean, dew points in the upper 60s, definitely supporting, some storm formation and stuff like that with the dew points, good amount of moisture supply. I mean, honestly, if this did verify, if this did turn out to be, True. I would not be surprised if we, probably pull at least a marginal for Thanksgiving. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm not SPC. I can't tell you for sure, but just based off of some of first of all, you also got to remember this is just one model. This is just one model run too. But yeah, relatively same thing. I took another sounding here. Same thing. Winds are basically flowing same direction. Different altitudes. So there's not going to be much of a tornado threat, I don't think here, but overall, we'll continue watching it. If anything does materialize, we will let you guys know, and everything like that. If there is a concern with that, severe weather that pops up, if say SPC does issue a risk, we will be make sure to let you guys know. Another thing I want to touch up on, actually, we have a little bit of a clipper system right now. We were talking about this yesterday. We had a little bit of a clipper system roll through the region here of the upper portion of Michigan. Right now, Michigan's getting a little bit of rainfall out there. Same thing out there by the Ohio Valley. Just getting a little bit of precipitation overall. Not a whole lot of anything super crazy, but we did get a fair amount of snowfall out in some of these regions here. The forecast had it right around 3 to 5, locally higher amounts. I don't know exactly how much has fallen. We have a couple of reports here, showing us a couple of inches has fallen there. Snow has pretty much stopped on the western side of the upper state, but it looks to still be going down pretty good up there in the upper portion overall. Let's see here. Central U.S., we got some high pressure. We got a big old ridge in the central U.S. Not a lot going on out there. Then we continue to see a lot of snowfall up in those upper elevations here of California. We got a lot of heavy snow up there near like Mammoth Lakes and some of those regions. They're really, really picking up some snowfall. Looking at the overall winter accumulation, ignore that this is just kind of in the way here. Let's see here. We're gonna pull this up for snow accumulation. This is not taking into consideration of what has already fallen, but we are still seeing several feet worth of snow to fall, in some of those upper elevations there overall too. California, sorry, not California. Did I really just call it Colorado, California? Colorado could be seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall, through a lot of the elevations there. I mean, could be a couple of, feet here and there in some spots. Overall, central, western portions of Colorado could see a good amount. Denver could get a little bit, not a whole lot, just, an inch or two. Not really anything super crazy. But yeah, that's just kind of a little bit of a look with that. I wanted to go ahead and mention that. Oh, also, so what this is actually for the next 72 hours. So this is snowfall expected for the next 3 days. Now you can actually see here, sorry my thing's in the way. I don't know how to remove that. But yeah, this is for the next 72 hours or the next 3 days regarding snowfall accumulation. You can actually see here that like western portions of Maine could pick up, a good maybe 2 to 4 inches. I mean, really not anything super crazy. We could have a bit of snowfall out there towards like the central northern side of New York State that could actually be pretty decent. Some areas over a half a foot, locally higher, possibly 8+ inches in some spots. I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, actually, another thing I do want to really mention to you guys, and this really kind of goes to my folks who really lives out there by like, these areas here, towards like coastal, I should really say like northeastern Ohio by the lake here, as well as like, western New York State, northwestern Pennsylvania. I think you guys are having a problem that's starting to arise here, and what that's going to be is after this low pressure system, after the storm sweeps through, regardless of what it does, is going to allow for a lot of cold air to come down from up north and really shoot its way down over the warm Great Lakes, which is going to start those snow generators, and we're going to be getting a lot of lake effect snow. So obviously with the lakes being warm and the air being cold, that can allow for condensing to occur, which can just pond up a lot of snowfall. And now we're not entirely too sure exactly how much snow we're going to be dealing with that lake effect. It's still a little unsure. First of all, I mean, lake effect snow is extremely difficult to forecast in itself. Yet alone a couple days out, it's a little too far to be for sure. But I will show you. Models are suggesting this pretty well. I mean, if we take a look here at the GFS, I mean, you can really see this happen. I mean, this is for the literal day after Thanksgiving. Here, you can see that there's this big old trail here. You know, bits of lake effect snow could be occurring. It's really these areas I really want you guys to be monitoring. And honestly, a couple of models do actually support a bit of lake effect, possibly on the western side of Michigan too. So we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see how this goes. How much snow in for Balloonfield, New Jersey? So New Jersey is honestly not really expecting much of any snow. The problem with New Jersey is that you're just too close to the coast here, which is keeping New Jersey relatively warmer. I don't think you're going to really see too much out there. But then hop into Euro and stuff like that too. I mean, it's not just the GFS that suggests this, but you can actually see lake effect snow is there as well from the Euro. So that could be something that could be a real problem for some of those areas out there. CMC, you can see it as well. I mean, that cold air rubbing up over those warm Great Lakes, really generates a good amount of snowfall, which can really allow, for some really deep accumulations, with days worth of snowfall. That's the thing, is it's going to be snowing for days in some of these areas near the coast. So that's why it's kind of a bit of an issue out for some of those regions. And then lastly, we got the icon model, which, doesn't show anything any different really. I mean, you can see the icon does suggest, that lake effect snow being there. But, like we mentioned, it is just a little bit too early to tell, exactly how much snow we are going to be seeing here overall, with the lake effect itself. That's going to be after that snowstorm rolls through or past Thanksgiving here. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. I do want you guys to follow up on that after Thanksgiving. I think the lake effect could be a real problem behind this storm here. Now, what's also going to be behind this storm is a lot of cold temperatures, my friends. It's going to be very, very, very cold, across the country here. If we go and hop our way back over here to the overall nation view, we're going to throw the temperatures up here. Actually, we're going to hop back to GFS real quickly. And we're going to take a look at the temperatures. Now, not that one. Let's do shaded here. So, yeah, something you're going to really notice is those temperatures are going to start plummeting. Now, we actually looked at the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center Outlook here earlier in the live stream when we first started it. So the thing is, something that we are going to have to look out for is going to be a lot of cold temperatures. Now, like I said, CPC, Climate Prediction Center, has already highlighted the east and the central U.S. being a lot cooler than normal. This is really going to take effect for the later portion of this month, which we're in now, from basically here on out into early December. We're going to get pretty cold out there in the central and eastern countries. It's going to be relatively more warmer on the west. We're going to have more of a high-pressure dome, a bit more of a ridge out there, which eventually should help, slow down that snowfall at some point, whatever that may be. But yeah, it will slow it down, over the next little bit. And of course, we do have, a lot of cooler temperatures expected for the east. Anyways, hopping over here to the back to the models here. Once again, we're taking a look at the GFS. Here for today, we work our way down in time. Obviously, this is actually for more of tomorrow morning, right around 1 a.m. here Eastern time for the 26th. That cold front will continue to roll through, which we're currently seeing, that roll through right now with that bit of storms that we were just looking at, which we can see right now. You can see we do have a bit of storm activity kicking off at the moment. So that's on that cold front. Now, if we take a look here back at the model, the GFS, you can see that's where that cold front's at overall. That's basically where that storm activity is happening. But then what you start to notice is up north, this is some really cold air. I mean, this is not feel-like temperature. This is actual temperatures, okay? We could be really getting cold here. So let's go ahead and work this, let's go ahead and work a little bit further down in time here. Let's actually work our way to the morning of Thanksgiving. So this is for the morning of Thanksgiving. Like I mentioned, we're going to have kind of two shots with this cold front here. The first one happening now, and then the second kind of push will be right here, right around the 28th, which will be for the day of Thanksgiving overall. So this is your freezing point right here where the blue is overall, as you can see, as you can actually tell. I mean, it's going to be very, very cold, especially up there towards, like North and South Dakota. I mean, shoot, we're going to be getting down into the teens and the single digits, but That's not the coldest, unfortunately. We work our way further down in time, actually here for the morning of the 29th. That's where it really starts to bite. Out there by the Midwest, we could be in the teens and the 20s out there overall. The Ohio Valley, we could be right there at freezing. Same thing for the Northeast, but it's really the northern U.S. Look at this. Out there by North Dakota for the morning of the 29th, we could be in negative 10s to negative 20s in some spots, according to GFS. That is ridiculously cold. Once again, this is not feel-like temps. These are actual temperatures. Euro, let's hop over to the latest Euro model here. This is for the morning of the 29th. Yeah, you can see, according to Euro here, we're going to be probably right around the negative 10s, but possibly negative 20s up there towards, the borderline between Canada and the U.S. Very cold regardless. I mean, seriously, if it has a negative on it, it's going to be extremely cold. Look at this one. CMC actually takes this far more aggressively in terms of showing those sub-zero temps actually working their way into South Dakota as well, and even a little portion out there towards like western Minnesota. CMC is a little bit more on the aggressive side of things, you could say. But, even then, I mean, look at the temperatures out here by, like, Kansas City at that point, possibly in the teens and everything like that. It's good to take every model into consideration here. Icons, a little bit better, a little bit warmer for the Kansas City area, as you can see here, actually in the upper 20s, which is still pretty darn cold. Regardless, freezing temperatures will be observed out there. Yeah, CMC, though, by far the most aggressive model regarding the temperatures and stuff like that overall. So that's that. Let's see here. How much for Erie, Pennsylvania? Okay, so here's the thing. It's still a little bit iffy, exactly regarding how much snowfall can be out there. One thing I do want you to look out for is that lake effect snow. With Erie, Pennsylvania being right there on the coast, I do want you guys to be watching this very, very closely because, the thing is that, after this system rolls through, you're going to have likely a big lake effect problem. So we're going to have to really be looking out there for that. Now, in regards to, with this storm itself, I mean, I'll show a couple models here, kind of just, giving you an estimate of how much snow, could be at play here. So according to GFS, this area here, I mean, could be picking up, a couple of inches. You can really see it's after that snowstorm goes through is when you start to pick up accumulation is because of that lake effect we were talking about. I think lake effect is going to be a big problem towards that area potentially. So we'll have to see. Now, so this is the GFS's overall expectancy whenever it comes to the snowfall for this winter system. You could see, areas out there by like, Indiana, Ohio, GFS does not really pick up on much out there. You'd be lucky if you get an inch or so out there. You'll probably see some snow, but it won't be anything significant. However, the Northeast, though, that's a little bit different. As you can see, we're going to be having, widespread amounts of, possibly 2 to 4 inches or so in some of these areas. Locally higher amounts even. I mean, it could be quite possible. But yeah, GFS is not really going anything super crazy. Now, Euro, if we hop to, actually, I don't think Euro is available on this page here. Let's go CMC, actually, and we'll hop this back. So CMC here overall kind of shows the same thing for Ohio. Not really a whole lot of snowfall. Be lucky if you get an inch, but it seems like a lot of the heaviest of the snowfall is going to be up there towards like interior New England. Is probably where we're gonna see most of that snowfall overall. So that is that. You can actually see out there by like western Maine. According to the CMC, it could be pretty heavy overall. Pat says Memphis. So Tennessee is not going to be getting any snow. I hate to tell you. Now, you might get a bit of precipitation in forms of rain out there, but honestly, yeah, it's not going to be anything spectacular for you, unfortunately. So, honestly, yeah, it's not really looking too good for your area. Mostly just rain in the area. Overall, yeah, wouldn't expect any snow. Let's see here. It depends on the winds. Yeah, I mean, definitely. With lake effect snow, wind direction is a huge, huge factor. you know, basically the way it's blowing is where the snow's going to go. So if you have the snow that's blowing to the south, you know, it'll kind of miss you, or depends on where you're at, of course. But, you know, definitely, yeah, wind direction does play a huge toll. And that's why we're going to kind of wait a little bit to talk about accumulations with the lake effect side of things. What we do know is, yes, lake effect will happen, but we're still a little iffy, you know, what areas are going to see it and how much you guys are going to see. It's still a little unknown. Let's see here. But yeah, you could be in store for a decent amount out there. Sounds good, Carissa. No problem. Let's see here. Side wind shifts can completely change lake effect. Absolutely, for sure. But yeah, y'all. So that's just, you know, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Wanted to talk about this with y'all. We will. We'll be giving you guys more updates on this here, like tomorrow and stuff too, to make sure you guys are staying weather aware. Stuff like that. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated, guys. We're on the road to 30,000 subs. Absolutely crazy. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated, guys. That way we can keep you guys weather updated and everything like that. And like I said, we're gonna shoot for a goal of 30,000 by the end of the year. I think we can do it. We're getting pretty close. So if y'all haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. And once again, thank you all for the people who has. I deeply appreciate y'all's support. All right, let's see here. Janice wants me to take a look at 14411. Let's see here. 14411. A lot of ones, that's for sure. This is out here in New York. Okay, so you're kind of the upper portion here of kind of like the northwestern side here. I consider this northwestern New York. Really just the western side, to be honest with you. So here's the thing. Here's what we're going to actually do. I'm actually going to bring up the NAM 12K model here. It's a little bit lower resolution, but it's the model we were looking at. Actually, we have the Zero Zulu coming out. Nice. What's up, Tom? Oh, Tom saying thanks. You're welcome. I didn't see you in here, Tom. Hopefully you're doing good, man. So yeah, it's going to be kind of close for your area there. You know, the coast could keep it a little bit warm, but then, of course, that lake effect with that cold air coming over, I want you to watch the lake effect side of things. That's for sure. I do want you to watch the lake effect out there for you, Janice, but still a little iffy in terms of, you know, how much overall. How are the storms looking for tonight going into the morning hours for South Mississippi? Do I need to bring my trash cans in? No, you should be good, man. There's actually not currently any concern for severe weather today. Really, the next several days as of right now, there's no active severe weather threat. So you are good, my friend. There's no need to worry about any of that. So, but yeah, we do have a bit of storm activity going on right now, as you can actually see. Out here in Mississippi. But yeah, these guys, they are not an issue as of right now. They're not currently any problem. If we take a look here at the Cape, I can actually overlay the instability here. You can see that we do have a bit of instability in the atmosphere. We are going to disable, let's see here. We're actually, yeah, we're going to disable the back part. But yeah, you can see some instability for some storms works its way up even into Ohio. Not a whole lot of instability out there, but just enough to get maybe a couple of storms, as you can see, is firing along this cold front. We're going to probably see a similar thing to this on Thanksgiving. Yeah, probably pretty darn similar. So basically what's going on here is we do have, you know, the one cold front rolling through. I consider this the first push. We're going to get the first push going through right now, and then for Thanksgiving, we'll have that second push overall. So that's that. Mark, dude, thank you so much, man, for the $5. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, Mark. Big thank you, man, for the $5 donation. Saying, welp, let's get it started. Thank you, Mark. Y'all don't have to do that, but I really appreciate it, Mark. Thank you for your support, man. It's greatly appreciated. What about Buffalo? Okay, so Buffalo, yeah, kind of the same thing for you, man. I would pay attention for possible lake effect. We'll have to see how that goes. Overall, there will be lake effect. We just, you know, still need to kind of iron out where it's going to be. But, you know, I would want you to be watching it overall. Now, regarding the snowstorm that's rolling through for Thanksgiving, it might be a little too warm. Overall, you know, the lake's keeping you a little bit above freezing, which, yeah, should probably keep you out of snow, possibly. So that's that. Especially Buffalo, being a city. Cities are typically about 2 to 4 degrees warmer on average. But yeah. Let's see. Polar Vortex says, "Can I have 13302, please and thank you? Apologies if you weren't doing zip." No, we're good. Yeah, we'll do a couple zip codes for you. I enjoy helping you guys out as much as possible. So let's see. 13302, 13302. This is out there by New York. A lot of people up in New York here. This is actually kind of the similar area we were just looking at. So, yeah, bottom line is that out here, I mean, it's just a little hard to tell. Those areas that are close to the lakes here, it's going to be a little difficult, especially, as close as you are. I would definitely monitor it out there, though, especially with that lake effect potential, like I was saying. Any of you guys really along the coast of the Great Lakes here, pretty close, I want you guys to watch that pretty closely, okay? But yeah, so, I can't really tell you much right now. What I can, like I said, if I was to tell you anything, it probably wouldn't be accurate because it's just too all over the place right now for your area. But I would keep a close eye on it. Now, when it comes to Thanksgiving, it's going to be close if you'll get some snow or not. I think you might be more of a concern for the lake effect behind the storm. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Once again, it does determine, on the wind direction and stuff like that too. So that's going to be playing a big factor overall. Let's see here. Bella wants me to take a look at 38652. Let's see here. Gotcha. 38652. Got you, my friend. This is up in Mississippi. I can tell you're not getting any snow down in Mississippi. Carissa, thanks for the $1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate your support, Carissa. Mark and Carissa, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all's support. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. Helps us out a bunch. Big thank you. Yeah, so, Mississippi, we're not getting snow out here. I'm sorry to tell you. Even during the winter times, it's pretty rare to get some snow up here. Now, what you could see is rain. I do think you could have some rain for Thanksgiving. It's just going to be kind of an overcast, cloudy, rainy day, unfortunately. Honestly, yeah, it's going to be kind of a dull day. But, obviously, enjoy your Thanksgiving and whatever you're doing and stuff like that. But yeah, you could see a bit of rain overall. Now, in terms of like accumulations of rainfall, that's something I really haven't dove into. Carissa coming in with another donation, $2 donation. Thank you, Carissa. That is really, really sweet of you, my friend. Thank you for your support. Big thank you goes to Carissa. Thank you, guys. Carissa and Mark, thank you all for your support. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys very, very much. So in regards to like rainfall accumulations and stuff like that, some areas up to an inch or so could be possible. We'll have to see overall. Let's see here. Ted wants me to take a look at 16301. Gotcha. 16301. This is for Pennsylvania. Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, so you're kind of on the northwestern side. Yeah, I mean, you probably will get some snow, as you can actually see here. You're kind of far enough away from the Great Lakes where it should be a little bit cooler than those coastal areas. Yeah, according to the NAM 12K, it will be snowing in the morning, but as we approach our way into the afternoon, it might warm up a little bit. We'll have to see. Now, one of the things we were looking at in the models earlier when we were browsing them is that, the temperatures out here in general are going to be slightly above freezing, actually. So that will probably limit any accumulations. It'll probably limit it from, really accumulating overall. Now, we will likely get some accumulations, probably more in the grassy areas and stuff. But, the roads and everything like that, I don't think will get too crazy out there. But, once again, you got to look out for some of those back roads and stuff like that where it could be a little bit cooler, more in the shade. For one, but also bridges too. Like I mentioned, even if it's at freezing, bridges cool down so quickly because they got flow going under the bridge, flow going over the bridge, while on the road, it just goes over. And, the ground does hold a bit of heat for a while. So as you can imagine, bridges, they do cool down a lot quicker. That is one thing I do want you guys to watch out for. That could be a potential issue. So, we'll give you guys more updates. Obviously, I'm going to be doing more forecasts by the time Thanksgiving happens. So we'll be here to help you all out. Alrighty. Let's see here. Ted says, thank you so much. You're very welcome in. No problem. Of course. I'm glad to help out of course. And if you guys haven't already, y'all, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Once again, I appreciate y'all for being here, for hanging out with us. And like I said, if y'all want me to do your zip code, I'll let you guys know generally what you possibly could see for Thanksgiving. You know, it's still a little iffy on the totals and stuff like that, but we'll let you know. Okay. Let's see here. Winnie the Pooh says, we are going to see a light freeze tonight here in southwest Oklahoma. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cold air coming down. I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and hop our way back over the models real quickly. I want to go ahead and show you guys. For the people who has not seen this, yeah, it's going to be pretty cold. Now, what I'm going to show you here, this is not the feel-like temperatures. This is the actual temperatures. Okay, we're gonna zoom to the day after Thanksgiving, the 29th. This is for the morning of the 29th. Ready? This is the GFS model suggesting the temperatures out there. Now, you can see we're going to be pretty cold. This is for the morning, 7 a.m. on the 29th. You know, pretty early in the morning here. But look at that. You know, some areas up in the northern, like, you know, northern portion of the country, North, South Dakota. I mean, we're going to be in the single digits, in the negatives in some spots. Very, very, very cold out here. And that freezing point is where you do see the blue. That edge of the blue there, that's the freezing point overall. So, yeah, pretty cold. Pretty cold conditions is expected. And that's just going to continue to dig its way down in the country for the next several days. I mean, this is a little ways away out. This is a little bit further than I typically like to look at, but this is for December 2nd, 7 a.m. We could be breaching the 20s here. You know, out there by the Gulf Coast. And it does show those teens and those 20s getting there towards the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. I don't know if all models really agree on that. Let's see here. We're going to hop to 12 Zulu Euro. That was for the 2nd, right? Well, I mean, Euro kind of agrees on it too. Look at that. So, I don't know. That could be a trend. You know, whenever you see both of those models agree on it, it's, you know, better looking, but still not for sure. But yeah, it could be pretty darn cold. Early December is likely going to be cold. And, you know, even Climate Prediction Center did actually mention that there too, overall. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop our way back here. Winnie the Pooh wants me to take a look at 73554. Got you, my friend. 73554. This is in Oklahoma. Gotcha. So, regarding, you know, the weather for your area, really not a whole lot's going to be expected here over the next little bit for Thanksgiving and stuff. You know, temperature-wise and everything like that, yeah, I mean, you guys are probably going to dip in the freezing point up in northern portions of Oklahoma tonight. Sorry, hold on. I read that wrong here. I'm on the wrong date. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is for tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, yeah, central portions and northern portions of Oklahoma could be breaking the freezing. It's going to be pretty cold tonight. Pretty cold. Make sure you bundle up. Let's see here. Ohio channel has been to take a look at 44691. Let's see here. 44691. This is out here in Wooster. It's a fun word to say. Wooster, Ohio. Okay. So, the verdict is that, yeah, this area will possibly see some snow for Thanksgiving. The only thing is it's probably going to happen while you're sleeping. See, the timing, you guys can't see the timing here. This is for 4 a.m. Eastern time, and this is for 7 a.m., this is for 10 a.m., and this is 1 p.m. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the snow for Thanksgiving is probably going to happen at nighttime for the early portion of Thanksgiving overall. But, yeah, according to NAM here, you can see, I mean, it's going to be possibly pretty widespread at this point here for the morning of Thanksgiving, possibly from Indiana up towards, you know, the upper portions, or for the New England states, I should just say. Steven says, if I'm still doing zip codes, can I do 42633? Yeah, I got you, man. Let's see here. 42633. This is out there in Kentucky. Yeah, so you're a little bit far to the south. I don't think you're going to get any snow, per se. It's going to be a little too warm out there. So you'll probably get some rain, though. You'll probably see some rain. But, yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to see any snow out here. So no white Thanksgiving for you guys out here. Let's see here. All right, next up, Carissa wants me to take a look. Okay, so you, my friend, see, you're kind of on a rough area to forecast. You know, according to, this is just one model, by the way. Remember, this is just one model run. NAM has the activity to your north. Temperatures probably going to be above freezing, unfortunately. The way it does look like, yeah, for the day of Thanksgiving, it's probably going to be in the mid, maybe upper 30s. It's just too warm for any accumulation. So if you do see snow, it won't stick. More than likely, it'll probably just be, you know, mostly rain. To be quite fair with you, I don't even know if you're going to fully see snow. Now, maybe on the back end, there could be some snow showers. Couple of those, you know, could allow for some, you know, snow shower bursts here and there. But yeah, honestly, I don't really see anything super crazy for you. You're welcome, Steven. No problem, man. Let's see here. Andy, 14750. Didn't we already look there? 14750. Yeah, Andy, I think we might have looked here. I think we already did your zip code earlier. I could be wrong. But yeah, so this area I do want you guys to watch out for, you know, regarding the lake effect, since you're close to the coast of the Great Lakes here. Yeah, those coastal areas got to watch out for that lake effect, as you know, after this storm does roll through, we're going to get a big push of cold air rolling over. Depends on the wind direction, of course, like we were talking about, but you know, overall, we're going to be getting a lot of really cold air moving over the relatively warm Great Lakes. That's going to be generating some snow up there towards those coastal areas, potentially, some of those regions out there. Your area, like I said, it's not 100% for sure we'll get a lake effect, but it is an area I want to watch for lake effect possibilities, okay? Let's see here. Carissa says, thanks, Andrew. That makes me happy. I can deal with rain. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be too warm out in your location for any accumulations or anything like that. It's just too warm. But, I mean, yeah, there's a chance you'll probably just be straight rain, not even flurries or anything. We'll have to see. We'll see. But, I mean, I'm looking at the models on my other screen, too. I mean, temperatures are going to be, like, in the, you know, for the morning time, yeah, I mean, this is like 7 a.m., and out there by you, it's going to be like upper 30s, which is way too warm. Way too warm. Let's see here. But anyways, yeah, if you guys have any questions, like I said, anything I can help out with, throw it down in the chat, everything like that. As of right now, we do have a handful of winter storm warnings, like I was mentioning. You know, areas up here in Colorado, central western sides are going to really see a lot of upper-level snowfall. California is still dealing with the issue with a lot of snowfall in those upper elevations. We still got those winter storm warnings. By the way, these pink polygons, these are winter storm warnings, and these kind of purplish ones, these are winter weather advisories. The difference between a winter storm warning and a winter storm winter weather advisory. Winter weather advisories are typically less significant, more mild winter weather is expected. Still could cause some, you know, disruptions and some inconveniences. But the winter storm warnings, those are the ones that could be, you know, heavy impacts from winter weather and stuff like that. But as of right now, you know, we do have a little bit of winter weather advisories up here towards the northeast, more specifically for the northern side here of New York State, portions of Vermont, portions of New Hampshire, and like western portions of Maine here. Upper portions of Michigan also for the upper state does have a couple of winter weather advisories as well. And, yeah, that's kind of what we got going on there. What's up, Brandy? Hope you're doing good. Just wanted to mention that real quickly to you guys overall. But, yeah. Yeah. So, guys, we're going to head off here in about 7 minutes, y'all. We're going to cut it at the hour mark. Just wanted to give you guys another update for y'all. And, you know, we'll be live again tomorrow for another update for you guys. I plan on doing a YouTube short video tomorrow, possibly a YouTube short live stream for our midday update tomorrow, and then we'll do one of these live streams for the evening. So we'll be giving you guys some more updates and everything like that, weather related here. But yeah, we'll definitely be here to help. Brandy, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate it on Cashapp, my friend. Thank you so much, Brandy. I appreciate that. Appreciate your donation, my friend. Thank you, Brandy. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you all seriously for your support today. I deeply do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Once again, thank you all for your support. Like I said, Carissa as well, Carissa and Mark. Thank you guys. Brandy, Carissa, Mark. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's see here. Didn't think the cold temps happened until Saturday, but I wanted to make sure you're the best. Thank you for always taking extra time and keeping us weather prepared. Carissa, you're very welcome. Like I said, that's the goal here. That's what we want to do is, keep you guys weather aware and prepared, of course. And, we're here for you. We care about you guys. Want to make sure you all are up to date. And, especially with Thanksgiving coming around, there could be some impacts for Thanksgiving. And I want to make sure you guys are understanding what the impacts could be. Like I mentioned, some areas could pick up some snowfall. Well, thankfully, most of it's going to be relatively freezing or slightly above freezing overall. So that's good. But, there's probably still going to be some impacts regarding that. Plus the cold air coming in after that and all that stuff. And maybe severe weather, we'll have to see. As of right now, there's nothing per SPC. But, the ingredients show possible severe weather for the South on Thanksgiving, which we'll keep an eye out there for that. Anyways, but yeah, Brandy, once again, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it, my friend. Brandy, once again, Carissa and Mark, thank you guys. Appreciate it. If you guys have any final questions before I head off here in about 5 minutes, go ahead and throw them down the chat. If there's any more zip codes you guys want me to take a look at as well, I'll do a couple more zip codes before we roll off here. If you guys have any, that way I can help keep you guys updated and stuff. But, like I mentioned, we'll go over the timing once again real quickly. As we approach our way down in time here for the 27th overall, actually, according to NAM, there might even be a little bit of a burst of, snowfall out there by North Dakota going into Minnesota, but that's besides the point. We work our way down into the 27th, going into the 28th here. We develop a low for the 27th, and as we go into the 28th, that's where a lot of that moisture starts to get kicked up from the Gulf. We get a lot of moisture rolling through. And like I said, some of that starts to turn into snow from that cooler air up north that's already there, which, then rolls its way through Thanksgiving into the 29th. The later portion of the early portion of the 29th is where it gets up into the upper side of New England and stuff like that. But that's that. Let's see here. Any inches for 146? Sorry, where did I get a 6 from? 14120. Let's see here. 14120. Gotcha. This is for New York. Yeah, so we already covered this area here, Lake Effect. I don't know if you're here or not. I do want you to monitor out towards here. Like I mentioned, we're watching for Lake Effect snow potential after that system rolls through. So we'll see. According to NAM here, it might just be a little bit too warm, which seems quite possible. Being close to the coast there, it's going to be a little bit warmer than those interior portions. So for Thanksgiving, probably won't see any snow or anything like that. But, after Thanksgiving, as that cold air starts rolling over the Great Lakes, we could see some lake effect maybe. We'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah, so, all right, everybody, going once, going twice. If you guys have any more questions you want to go ahead and give us before I roll off here, go ahead and throw that down. Let's see here. Michael, 80138, gotcha. 80138. This is out here by Colorado. So this area here, yeah, so Colorado is actually going to be getting a little bit of winter weather and stuff like that. As of now, there's actually a winter weather advisory to your south currently. Let me turn on the towns here so I can kind of see what we're looking at here. I think this is near Denver, right? Yeah, so, out there by Denver, this general area, we could be picking up about an inch or so of snowfall here in the next little bit. So that's that. And the timing and stuff like that for that will be earlier than Thanksgiving, of course. Let's see here. Yeah, those areas are actually going to be getting the snow here, like, basically 26th, 27th, so for the next 2 days or so. Let's see here. Carol, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated. We're on the road here, guys, to 30,000 subs by the end of the year. If you guys could help us make that possible, be much appreciated, of course. And if you guys could share this, too, to your friends and family, tell them to hit the subscribe button, and then tell them to share it, and tell them to hit the subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you once again for your support. All right, Brandy, we'll do yours for last here. 63116 here. 63116. St. Louis. Okay, so we're not going to get any snow out in St. Louis. We're not expecting any snow out here. It could be a bit of rainfall. Overall, maybe just a little bit of rain for the 27th. Going into the 28th, it'll be pretty much gone. Yeah, I mean, literally just a little bit of rainfall the day before Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving, you're not going to see nothing. Honestly, it just might be cold air by the time Thanksgiving rolls around here. According to Euro, the ECMWF here for the Thanksgiving commute, 7 a.m. It's going to be right around freezing or so. By the p.m., yeah, you'll probably be seeing lower 40s on Thanksgiving at the peak temp, which is pretty cold. Pretty cold overall. So I would expect a pretty cold Thanksgiving for you. Alrighty. Let's see. Chris says, everyone stay warm and safe. Hope each of you have an amazing week and happy Thanksgiving. You too. You too. See, I'm thankful for each of you. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Carissa. I appreciate that. You guys as well. Have a great Thanksgiving out there. Like I said, we'll be doing more updates before Thanksgiving, and on Thanksgiving Day, we'll do a live stream for you guys to get you guys, necessary info and everything like that. So we'll go live probably pretty early on Thanksgiving, I'm assuming. Just depends, because I want to get that word out there for you guys. We'll probably be doing a couple of things on Thanksgiving, but alrighty, everybody. Well, once again, going once, going twice. Final call for any questions. We're not doing any more zip codes now. It takes a little bit. But if y'all have any normal questions you want to ask, throw them down in the chat. If not, then we'll go ahead and call it a stream here. I will be going live actually here tonight, probably in about maybe an hour or so. We'll go live around 10 o'clock on my gaming channel here. We're just going to play a stupid game. If you'd be interested in that, here, I'll go ahead and post a link to it in the, let's see here. I'll go ahead and post a link to it in the comments here so you guys can see this. Here we go. If you guys would be interested in watching our gaming live stream later, there you guys go. I'll go ahead and post it a couple times so you guys can see that. There you go. Alrighty, everybody. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, thank you, Carissa, for the donation. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, guys, for your support. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for the people who have subscribed. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Leave a like on your way out, guys, as well. It'd be much appreciated. And alrighty, everybody. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for now. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And alrighty, everybody. Y'all take care. Stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes, so go ahead and say your final goodbyes to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And until next time, my friends, thanks for joining. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. Catch y'all later on.